When your dog follows you from one room to the next, do you ever notice the tender little message hiding in it? Yes, it's adorable, and it fills your heart to feel so loved. But underneath that habit lives something deeper and more beautiful, a layer that very few owners ever stop to appreciate. Your dog is telling you something, and that something is tender. It's ancient, and it's so uniquely yours that it only makes sense between the two of you. If you keep seeing it as just silly clinginess, the way so many people do without realizing it, you might be missing the most heartfelt conversation your friend has ever tried to have with you. Let's start with the point that lights everything up. First, to him, you are the whole world, and that comes straight from the bottom of his heart. Have you ever imagined how the hours pass for your dog while your attention is somewhere else? He has no job, no friends outside, no goals or hobbies to chase. What he has is you. Only you. You are the most precious thing in his entire little life, and following you goes far beyond affection. It's written into his very nature. Over thousands of years, dogs didn't just learn to live by our side, they learned to truly need us. Research published in the journal Science showed that when a dog and owner look into each other's eyes, both of them feel a wave of oxytocin, the same hormone of affection that warms the bond between a mother and her newborn baby. It's not just a sweet image, it's real chemistry. So every time your dog gets up the moment you move, when you head to the kitchen, to the bathroom, or change rooms, he isn't being needy. He's going after the one thing his whole little heart and every instinct beg him to keep close: you. And there's a detail that makes this even more beautiful. There's a specific little moment of the day when your dog's way of following you reveals something about his love that almost no one notices. I'll tell you about it right near the end of the video, and once you discover what to look for, you'll see your dog with even more tender eyes. 2. He isn't following you, he's watching over you. Have you noticed that your dog doesn't just follow you, he follows you real close? Glued to your heels, so near that sometimes you almost trip over him. Many owners laugh, some get annoyed, but this very specific behavior, staying at a distance close enough for a touch, even has a name in animal behavior studies. It's called shadowing, and nothing about it is by accident. Dogs are pack animals, and in a pack, the most cherished and most fragile members are never left alone. Never. When your dog draws close to you as you move around the house, he's doing what thousands of years of instinct whisper to him. He keeps the bond tight, makes sure you don't slip out of his sight, because in his heart, being far from you is what hurts most. Researchers at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna found that dogs become far more stressed when separated from their most beloved attachment figure, even if it's only one room away. Not days, not hours, just one room. Notice how beautiful that is. Your dog already misses you the second you disappear from view. And here's what's rarely said. The dogs that stick closest aren't the most fragile. They tend to be the most devoted, the most giving, the ones who decided, with their whole heart and no reservations, that their place is by your side wherever you go. 3. The room he follows you into tells the whole story. Pay close attention here because few owners have ever looked at it from this angle. Your dog follows you into every corner, but does he follow you the exact same way in every room? Or can you notice subtle little differences? Rooms where he dashes ahead of you, where he hesitates at the doorway, where he nestles right in the middle and follows your every move with love. Those differences aren't random, they're little messages from his heart. Animal behavior experts have noticed that dogs map out the house into little zones of safety, of longing, and of calm, based on what usually happens in each space. The kitchen, where the food comes from, pure joy, pure good association, the bedroom where you sleep and he feels closest to your scent, the coziest place of all, and the area by the front door, the corner most full of feeling in the whole house. If your dog follows you to that door and then freezes there, sits, or starts pacing back and forth, that isn't drama, it's the kind of longing that arrives ahead of time. His heart has learned that this is the place where you say goodbye, and no matter how many times you come back, that little ache in his chest never fully goes away. And when you think about it calmly, you realize it isn't a behavior problem. It's love searching for a place to fit. 4. When he snuggles up more than usual, keep a tender eye out. Has your dog ever had one of those days when he wouldn't leave your side? More than usual. Closer than normal. Following you into rooms he'd usually ignore, sitting right by your feet, resting his little head in your lap every time you sit down. Many owners think, today he just wants a cuddle. But what's really happening is even more delicate. Dogs feel our moods in an astonishing way. An important study from the University of London showed that dogs come close to someone who is crying far more than to someone who is talking or humming, and they come with a gentle, comforting manner, whether it's their owner or a complete stranger. Your dog doesn't need a single word from you. He senses your cortisol through his nose, follows your breathing, notices when your movements slow down, when your voice drops, when your energy shifts, when something in you isn't quite right. In moments of anxiety, of sadness, of exhaustion, or simply when you're not okay, the loving habit of following you grows stronger. He knows he can't fix what hurts, but he refuses to let you carry that weight alone. So on the days when your dog seems glued to you for no apparent reason, pause for a moment. Think back on how your day went, because there's a good chance he sensed your heart before you'd even fully realized it yourself. 5. The dog who stops following you is telling you something important. And what if one fine day your dog simply stops? The one who followed you from room to room for years suddenly stays quiet on the couch, doesn't get up when you move, watches you without leaving his spot. Most owners assume it's tiredness, maybe age catching up, maybe just a slower day. But behavioral veterinarians tell a different story, and they tell it with great care. When a dog who was always your shadow suddenly withdraws, that's one of the first and most overlooked signs that something may not be right. Dogs hide pain and illness by instinct, a legacy from their wild ancestors, when showing weakness left an animal vulnerable. So they won't whimper. They won't limp dramatically. They won't ask for help, but they'll stop following. Because following takes energy, following takes willingness, and when a dog's little body or mind is suffering, that willingness quietly fades before any other sign shows up. If your dog has stopped following you the way he always did, and it's been more than 2 days, especially if it comes along with a change in appetite, sleep, or eye contact, don't put it off. It's your friend whispering that something isn't right in the only language he knows. The owners who catch this early are almost always the ones paying enough attention, with all their love, to notice when that habit of following goes away. 6. The moment that reveals everything about your bond. Remember I mentioned a specific little moment of the day when your dog's way of following you reveals something almost no one notices. This is that moment. Watch what your dog does the instant you wake up. Not when you call him, not when you open the food container, before any of that. In the exact moment you open your eyes and start to move, what does he do? Dogs who share a deep, secure bond with their owners don't just follow them through the day, they wait for the day to begin. Studies on canine sleep show that many dogs who love deeply actually sleep more lightly in the early morning hours, unconsciously syncing to your sleep rhythm so they're ready the moment you stir. In other words, if your dog is already watching you before you say a word, already on his feet before you swing your legs out of bed, already right there before you've even decided where you're going, that's no coincidence. That's a dog who waited for you in silence, who fell asleep thinking of you, who woke up with you as his very first thought, if we can even call it that. A dog who follows you everywhere isn't just attached, he's made a choice that so many people spend their whole lives wishing someone would make for them. He chose you every single day. No conditions, no hesitation, never needing a reason. And the least we can do is notice that love. If this video makes you want to go peek at your dog right now, chances are he's already there, keeping an eye on the door, waiting for you to get up. Like and subscribe, because your dog deserves an owner who understands him with all this tenderness.